Welcome to Howard's Opinion, the only podcast where you get a healthy dose of sports analysis, debate, and straight-up opinion. We've got a fascinating show lined up for you, and we're starting with some shocking news from the world of soccer. The U.S. men's national team crashed out of the FIFA World Cup 2026 in spectacular fashion, losing 4-1 to Belgium in the round of 16. Now, I know what you're thinking. What went wrong? Well, according to Robert Griffin III, it's not just about the team's performance on the field. The retired NFL quarterback took to social media to express his disappointment and blamed the U.S. fan base for not showing collective support for the team. He even went as far as saying that the country is more like the divided States of America than the United States of America. But Griffin III wasn't the only one weighing in on the loss. Barstool Sports owner Dave Portnoy had some choice words for the team, calling them a joke and suggesting that they need to institute a draft system to improve their performance. And let me tell you, he didn't hold back. He even took off his Team USA jersey and threw it in the trash on live video. Now, I'm not sure if I agree with Portnoy's assessment, but one thing is for sure. This loss is a tough pill to swallow for U.S. soccer fans. The team had high hopes going into the tournament, and to see them exit so early is definitely disappointing. We've got expert analysis, debate, and some surprise guests lined up to give you their take on the world of sports. So grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's get ready to dive into the wild world of sports. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion. We're diving into the world of sports now, and I've got a couple of stories that are sure to grab your attention. First off, let's talk about the Philadelphia Phillies. They had a bit of a rough game against the Kansas City Royals, with Christopher Sanchez having a tough time on the mound. He allowed 5 runs in the first inning, and things only seemed to get worse from there. The final score was a blowout, with the Royals taking the win. Now, I know what you're thinking. One bad game doesn't define a team or a player, and you are right. It does not. But what's interesting here is that Sanchez has been struggling on the road lately. He's allowed a significant number of earned runs in his last few away games, and it's got people wondering if he's just not as comfortable pitching outside of his home stadium. The Phillies manager, Don Mattingly, isn't too concerned about Sanchez's performance, at least not yet. He thinks that with a bit of tweaking, Sanchez can get back to his usual form. And I tend to agree with him after all. Every player has off days. But it's definitely something to keep an eye on as the season progresses. In other news, the Phillies also had some issues with their defense, particularly in the first inning. A wild throw by shortstop Trea Turner allowed the Royals to score a tying run, and things just seemed to snowball from there. It's a good reminder that in baseball, one small mistake can make all the difference in the outcome of a game. We'll be keeping an eye on the Phillies in their upcoming games to see if they can turn things around. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion, folks. As we wrap up today's show, I want to shift our attention to the world of college athletics, specifically the University of Missouri, where 2 outstanding student-athletes have made their mark. Running back Ahmad Hardy and offensive tackle Caden Green have been ranked in the top 20 by PFF, with Hardy coming in at an impressive number 6. This young man's achievements on the field are a testament to his hard work and dedication, leading the nation in yards after contact and rushing yards. Meanwhile, Green's versatility and skill at left tackle have earned him a well-deserved spot at number 18. But that's not all, folks. We also have some exciting news from the Mizzou Athletics Hall of Fame, as Daniel Lewis, a 3-time NCAA All-American wrestler, has been inducted into the class of 2026. And let's not forget about the incredible career of Carissa Schweizer, one of the most decorated female athletes to come out of the University of Missouri, with 6 NCAA titles under her belt. As we look to the future, Mizzou volleyball is gearing up for a defining season under Dawn Sullivan, and the track and field team is welcoming fresh faces while saying goodbye to some familiar names. It's an exciting time for college athletics, and I'm thrilled to see these young athletes making their mark. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, keep your head in the game.